Kenya is in the middle of one of the biggest infrastructure booms in its history. From futuristic smart cities rising out of the Savannah, to highways that cut hours off your travel time, to a stadium that could one day host the world's biggest sporting events. These are the projects that are changing Kenya forever. And trust me, number one will blow your mind. We've been following these developments for years, breaking down the facts, visiting the sites, talking to the experts. What you're about to hear is the real story, without the political sugarcoating. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which mega projects are reshaping Kenya's economy, sports, and transport, and what they mean for you and the country's future. Imagine a stadium that can seat over 60,000 people, with modern training grounds, an athlete's village, hotels, and even high-performance sports labs. That's Talanta Sports City, Kenya's bold leap into world-class sports infrastructure. The stadium is designed to meet FIFA and Olympic standards, making it eligible to host the World Cup, the African Cup of Nations, or the Commonwealth Games. But it's not just for football athletics. Rugby, swimming, basketball all get facilities that rival the best in the world. Today we're diving into a project that's set to change the future of sports in Kenya, Talanta Stadium, a brand new state-of-the-art stadium designed to elevate local talent, host international tournaments, and put Kenya on the map as a world-class sporting destination. But before we get into the details, let's take a step back. For years, Kenya has been a powerhouse in athletics, producing global champions who have dominated marathons and track events. However, when it comes to modern sports infrastructure, the country has struggled to keep up. Most of the existing stadiums are aging, in need of renovation, or lack the facilities to attract major international events. That's why the construction of Talanta Stadium is such a big deal. It's not just another stadium, it's a vision for the future. Talanta Stadium is not being built just to host matches and competitions. It's being designed as a high-performance sports hub. The goal is to create a space where young athletes can train, grow, and compete at the highest level. Unlike older stadiums that have required expensive renovations, Talanta is a fresh start. Every aspect of it is being built from the ground up, with modern sports science, sustainability, and world-class standards in mind. So, what can we expect? First, seating capacity. The stadium is expected to accommodate thousands of fans, ensuring an electric atmosphere for every event. But it's not just about numbers. The design focuses on comfort, with ergonomic seats, improved sight lines, and designated sections for VIPs, families, and people with disabilities. This means an inclusive, accessible experience for all fans. Then there's the pitch. A FIFA standard football field will be at the heart of the stadium, making it eligible to host international matches. Whether it's Kenya's national team taking on continental rivals or local clubs battling for supremacy, the pitch will meet global standards. Surrounding it, a modern athletics track will give Kenya's world-class runners the perfect platform to train and compete. But here's what makes Talanta Stadium even more exciting. It's not just about sports. The multi-purpose design means it will be able to host a variety of events, from massive music concerts featuring international artists to business expos, gaming tournaments, and cultural festivals. This makes it a true entertainment hub, generating revenue and creating job opportunities for thousands of Kenyans. Security is also a major priority. The stadium will feature a state-of-the-art surveillance system, digital ticketing, and emergency response measures to ensure safety for players and fans. Add to that VIP lounges, media centers, and high-tech locker rooms, and Talanta Stadium is shaping up to be one of the most modern stadiums in the region. One of the most exciting aspects of this project is its sustainability. Kenya is pushing for greener infrastructure, and Talanta Stadium is part of that vision. It will feature solar-powered lighting, water recycling systems, and energy-efficient construction materials. This isn't just about building a stadium. It's about building a landmark for future generations. So, where are we now? Construction is moving fast, with major phases already underway. The government and key stakeholders are fully committed to ensuring that the project stays on track. Once completed, Talanta Stadium will not only boost sports development in Kenya, but will also help position the country as a leading destination for international tournaments. We'll be keeping a close eye on the progress, tracking every milestone, from the installation of the playing surface to the final touches before the grand opening. The future of Kenyan sports is being built right now, and Talanta Stadium is at the center of it all. Are you excited about Kenya's newest sports mega project? Let us know in the comments. Right next to Nairobi's CBD, a 425-acre piece of land is being transformed into something extraordinary. The Nairobi Railway City project is more than just a train station upgrade. It's an entirely new city within a city. Phase 1 includes a modern railway station, new commercial buildings, green parks, pedestrian walkways, and bike lanes designed with sustainability at its core. Once complete, Nairobi will have a multimodal transport hub, linking trains, buses, taxis, and even non-motorized transport in one place. Think London's King's Cross or New York's Grand Central, but with a Kenyan twist.
What if I told you Nairobi is building a city within a city? Right in the heart of its most chaotic transport hub. It's going to change the capital forever. It is called Railway City, and it is not just a facelift for the CBD. It is a bold reimagining of how Nairobi moves, works, and lives, and once complete, it could make Nairobi the most connected city in Africa in the next few minutes. We discover why the government is betting billions on this mega project, how it could transform the daily life of commuters, attract international business, and elevate Nairobi's status globally. We'll also explore the silent threats that could derail it all. This is the future of Nairobi. If everything goes according to plan. But let us pause for a second. What do you think is Nairobi's biggest problem today? Traffic? Corruption? Poor urban planning? Let me know in the comments. Because understanding those issues makes the vision of Railway City even more urgent. So, what exactly is Railway City? It is not just a transport hub. It is a full 25 vacuum and smart urban district. Offices, shopping malls, hotels, apartments, museums, green spaces, all built around a fully integrated mobility core. It is inspired by the King's Cross redevelopment in London, but with a Nairobi twist. Imagine a place where the CGR, commuter trains, bed buses, bodabodas, and cyclists all flow through one ecosystem, designed to actually work together. But why now? Because Nairobi is choking. Over 5 million daily commuters, jam-packed roads, unplanned growth. This project is Kenya's answer to its urban chaos, designed to solve mobility, decongest the core, and create economic opportunities all at once. And who is paying for it? It is a mix: Kenya, the UK, Japan, and private investors through a public-private partnership model. that lowers the financial risk for the government while attracting global expertise. In fact, the same urban planners who helped redesign London's Olympic Village are now sketching Nairobi's future. The design itself is futuristic. Think vertical zoning. The upper levels will host smart offices, the middle levels will handle transport flow, and the ground will feature green walkways, public plazas, and even recreational space. It is about efficiency, sustainability, and beauty. Three things the current CBD lacks. Of course, to build something new, something old must go. And the existing railways area is, frankly, a mess. Crime, poverty, poor sanitation, and disorganized transport have defined that space for decades. Railway City aims to clean it up, relocate informal vendors, upgrade security, and turn the area into a job and tourism magnet. But let us be honest, urban renewal always comes with social tensions. A lot of people are asking, what happens to matatus? Will they be banned? Actually, no. Matatus will be reorganized and plugged into the system through designated terminals. The goal is smoother transitions from matatu to BRT to commuter rail, cutting travel time by as much as 40%. That is up to 2 hours of life saved per person. Still, it is Kenya, and the elephant in the room is corruption. So how will this be any different? Planners are implementing digitized procurement, mandatory audits, and strict oversight from international partners. Because let us face it, if this project goes sideways, it won't just embarrass Kenya, it could scare off investors across the board. Now, you may not see cranes yet, but Phase 1 is already underway. New Kenya Railways HQ buildings, upgraded train stations, and underground utilities are quietly going up. The idea is to roll it out gradually to avoid pushback and test each piece before scaling up. But this isn't just a Nairobi thing. Cities across Africa, Lagos, Addis, Kigali, are watching closely. Because if Nairobi pulls this off, Railway City could become the blueprint for how Africa reinvents its post-colonial urban centers. Beyond infrastructure, this is about jobs. Over 200,000 direct and indirect jobs could come out of this, from construction to digital services to hospitality. Railway City isn't just concrete and steel. It's an economic engine. The government says compensation and relocation housing are part of the plan, but execution will be the real test. For the youth, this matters more than anything. If you're under 35, this city is being built for your generation. Whether as a worker, entrepreneur, or commuter, Railway City could shape your life. And the best part, young people are being included in urban councils and planning forums to ensure the design reflects the real Nairobi. Environmentally, the project is positioning itself as a green and smart city. Solar energy, rainwater harvesting, pedestrian priority zones, electric charging hubs are part of the design. Nairobi might actually become livable again, and not just in current globally. This is also a soft power move. Nairobi wants to be the regional HQ for multinational companies. Combine this with the Kenya airlift strategy, and you've got a city ready to rival Johannesburg and Cairo on the world stage. So fuel it. When will we see it? Phase 1 is expected to be unveiled by late 2026. Just in time to shape political narratives and attract foreign capital before the next election cycle. But let us be realistic. This isn't a done deal. Budget overruns, political shifts, or legal battles could derail progress. That is why public pressure, media, scrutiny, and civic involvement will be key to keeping Railway City on track. Because Railway City isn't just an urban project. It is a statement. It says Kenya is ready to lead, to innovate, and to build a capital city that works for everyone, not just the elite. And if they pull it off, it won't just change Nairobi. It will change the way the world sees Africa.
This is not just a road or a port or a railway. The Lamu Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia Transport, LAPSSET Corridor is Kenya's single most ambitious infrastructure project, and it spans 3 countries. It starts with Lamu Port, which is already operational with several berths complete. From there, it stretches into highways, railway lines, and pipelines linking Kenya to Ethiopia and South Sudan. LAPSSET's goal? To open up northern Kenya, connect it to landlocked neighbors, and create a new trade route for East Africa. This could shift regional trade away from the congested Mombasa route and turn Lamu into a major shipping hub. Imagine a new Silk Road, but in Africa. A project so massive that it could reshape trade, unlocks hidden economies, and propel East Africa into a global trade powerhouse. That's exactly what the LAPSSET Corridor promises. With a 1720 kilometers high-speed railway, a world-class depot, new highways, airports, and an oil pipeline, this 25 billion megaproject is Kenya's most ambitious infrastructure plan to date. LAPSSET is a bold vision. Unlike ports in Djibouti and Somaliland, Lamu Port is being built from scratch, featuring 23 berths, direct oil pipelines, new highways, and airports. The goal: to unlock undeveloped regions, boost trade, and reshape Africa's economic landscape. But here's the catch. It's been over a decade, and progress is painfully slow. Why is this taking so long? Can LAPSSET really outshine Mombasa and rival Djibouti's dominance? And will it ever deliver on its massive promise? Let's break it down. Now, let's get into it. For decades, Mombasa Port has been East Africa's trade lifeline, handling over 1.4 million containers a year. But lately, it's been overwhelmed. Picture a highway where every lane is jammed day and night. That's Mombasa. Ships wait for days, goods move painfully slow, and costs keep rising. The problem comes down to 3 major issues. First, overcapacity. The port is handling way more cargo than it was designed for. Second, outdated bureaucracy. Paper-based systems slow down cargo clearance, taking up to 12 days, while modern ports do it in half the time. And third, shallow waters. Mega cargo ships need deep ports, and Mombasa isn't deep enough, forcing trade to bypass Kenya. The result: delays, higher costs, and a struggling economy. Kenya needed a second major corridor, and that's where LAPSSET comes in. LAPSSET is more than just a transport corridor. It's a game-changing economic blueprint designed to connect Kenya, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. But here's what makes it unique. It includes a high-speed transport network with a 720 km railway, major highways, and new airports linking Lamu to Ethiopia and South Sudan. It also features a deep sea port at Lamu, unlike Mombasa, which is being built from scratch with modern automation to handle Africa's biggest ships. On top of that, LAPSSET aims to be an oil and energy hub with a $4 billion pipeline that will transport crude oil from Turkana to Lamu, making Kenya a regional oil powerhouse. The project also includes new cities and economic zones, with plans for resort cities, business hubs, and free trade areas that could attract billions in investments. It's a massive project, but where is all the money going? A mega project of this scale doesn't come cheap, and LAPSSET is no exception. The entire project is a financial giant, with billions of dollars flowing into every segment. Let's break it down. First up, Lamu Port. This isn't just a few docks. It's a world-class seaport designed to compete with the busiest ports in Africa. With 23 deep water berths planned, It's a bold move to make Lamu a key maritime gateway to East and Central Africa. So far, 3 berths are nearly complete, and they've already cost around $480 million. But that's just the beginning. The entire port project is valued at $3.5 billion. This isn't just infrastructure. It's a signal to the world that Kenya is open for serious global trade. Then there's the railway. A high-speed, standard gauge railway will stretch from Lamu to landlocked countries like Ethiopia and South Sudan. This isn't just about moving goods. It's about unlocking entire economies. The railway comes with a hefty price tag, $7.1 billion in total. The first phase alone costs $3.5 billion, laying the groundwork for one of Africa's most ambitious freight corridors. Now to the highways. Roads are the veins of a modern economy. One of the standout achievements is the 505 kilometers Isiolo-Moyoli road, which is already complete. This highway is more than tarmac. It's a direct link between Kenya and Ethiopia. The road infrastructure under LAPSSET is expected to cost $460 million, opening up northern Kenya to commerce, investment, and new opportunities. Oil is next. Kenya plans to become an oil exporter, and that means moving crude from the Turkana oil fields all the way to Lamu. To do that, the government is investing in a $4 billion oil pipeline. This isn't just a pipe. It's a game changer. It puts Kenya on the map as a serious player in the energy sector and boosts the country's strategic importance in the region. Airports have also been upgraded. Isiolo and Lamu airports now have extended runways and larger terminals. They've been redesigned to accommodate bigger aircraft and increased cargo, turning remote regions into accessible hubs for tourism and trade. And lastly, resort cities. These are not your average tourist towns. We're talking about futuristic urban centers in Lamu, Isiolo, and Lokitogio, each designed to attract investors, digital nomads, tourists, and regional businesses. With a budget of $1.2 billion, these cities aim to mix leisure with logistics, bringing the beauty of Kenya together with business potential. Despite its potential, LAPSSET is moving much slower than expected due to several challenges. Funding remains the biggest hurdle. Kenya has invested billions, but private investors remain hesitant due to delays and political risks. There's also rival competition. Ethiopia, one of LAPSSET's key partners, is already using Djibouti and Somaliland for trade, which could hurt Lamu's potential if Ethiopia doesn't shift its traffic. Local communities and environmental concerns have also slowed progress, with land disputes, conservation concerns, and fears of displacement all creating resistance. And lastly, political instability and policy changes have led to frequent delays and uncertainty, making it difficult to secure long-term investments. So, is LAPSSET doomed? Not necessarily. Despite the slow progress, parts of the project are taking shape. The first 3 berths at Lamu Port are nearly done. Roads connecting northern Kenya to Ethiopia are already operational. The government is actively engaging investors to push the project forward. If completed, LAPSSET could change the entire East African economy, making trade faster, cheaper, and more efficient. But will it live up to the hype? Or will it become another unfinished African megaproject? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you've driven from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to Westland in less than 20 minutes, you've already felt its impact. The Nairobi Expressway is a 27-kilometer elevated toll road slicing through the city, built to ease the nightmare of Nairobi traffic. Constructed in just less than 3 years, it's already transformed how people and goods move across the capital. Yes, it's a toll road, and that sparked debate, but there's no denying it's cut travel times by up to 90% during rush hour. For Nairobi's economy, that's less time stuck in traffic and more time doing business. It's also a symbol of Kenya's growing partnership with international investors, given it was built through a public-private partnership. Imagine a city where you can cut your travel time from 2 hours to just 20 minutes. A road so smooth it feels like you're flying. Sounds unreal, right? Well, welcome to the Nairobi Expressway, the game changer that's transforming Kenya's capital. But is it really the future of African infrastructure, or just an expensive shortcut for the rich? Stick around because the truth might surprise you. I break down Africa's biggest projects in ways that actually make sense. No boring lectures, just straight facts with a touch of humor. By the end of this video, you'll know how the Nairobi Expressway works, who benefits from it, the controversies behind it, and what it means for Africa's future. We're diving into 4 key things: the insane engineering behind the expressway, the real impact on Nairobi's traffic, the heated debate about whether it's helping or hurting Kenyans, what this project tells us about Africa's infrastructure future. Watch till the end to find out what impact this project has on you as a Kenyan. Picture this: a 27-kilometer highway soaring above Nairobi, bypassing traffic jams that used to make people age faster. Built by the Chinese company CRBC, this project was finished in just 3 years, something unheard of in Kenya's road history. The expressway cuts through the heart of the city from Mlolongo to Westland. Unlike other roads, this one is elevated, reducing the need to demolish existing structures and saving valuable land. This isn't just any road. It's designed to handle over 120,000 vehicles daily. Elevated highways, advanced drainage systems, and high-speed toll booths, it kept things moving. Before the expressway, driving from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, JKIA, to Westland took up to 2 hours in rush hour. Now, 20 minutes max. Nairobi used to be ranked among the most congested cities in Africa, with traffic jams costing the economy over 50 billion Kenyan shillings per year. The expressway was supposed to fix this, but did it? Studies show that traffic on Mombasa Road has reduced by nearly 40% since the expressway opened. That's huge. Businesses along the route have seen deliveries become faster, and even emergency response times have improved. But it's not all perfect. While some people praise the expressway, others argue that it's a highway for the rich. The toll fees, ranging from 120 to 360 Kenyan shillings per trip, mean only those who can afford it enjoy faster travel times. A daily commuter could end up spending over 10,000 Kenyan shillings per month just on toll fees. For many Kenyans, that's not sustainable. Here's where things get spicy. The expressway was built for efficiency, but many argue it's a highway for the rich. While private cars zip through, matatus, public transport, and pedestrians still struggle on the lower roads. While the expressway itself is smooth, it dumps traffic back into the city at bottleneck points like Westlands and Museum Hill. So while your ride is faster on the expressway, you might still get stuck afterward. Some experts argue that instead of expensive highways, Kenya should have focused on a modern rail system or bus rapid transit, BRT, to serve everyone, not just car owners. Others argue that this is just a start, and better infrastructure attracts more investment. Similar projects in countries like South Africa and Morocco have boosted GDP growth. Could Nairobi follow suit? The Nairobi Expressway isn't just a road, it's a statement. It shows that African cities can build world-class infrastructure, but at what cost? With more expressways planned for cities like Dar es Salaam and Kampala, is this the new era of African highways? Governments need to balance modern infrastructure with inclusivity. Countries like Ethiopia and Egypt are investing in expressways too. Nairobi might just be setting the pace for the rest of Africa. So, Is the Nairobi Expressway a necessary innovation or privileged shortcut? The truth? It's both. It's solving traffic problems, but also highlighting Kenya's economic divide. It's reducing traffic, boosting business efficiency, and proving that Africa can build world-class infrastructure. But it's expensive, exclusive, and still leaves many commuters stuck in traffic. The Nairobi Expressway is both a massive success and a missed opportunity. It's a glimpse of what's possible, but it also exposes the deep inequalities in urban planning. What do you think? Should Kenya build more expressways, or should the focus be on public transport? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Now picture this, a fully planned smart city with fiber optic networks in every building, driverless public transport, zero waste systems, and world-class research labs. That's Konza Technopolis, located about 60 kilometers south of Nairobi. Dubbed Africa's Silicon Savannah, Konza is designed to be a tech and innovation powerhouse, hosting universities, data centers, business parks, and high-end residential areas. Its master plan envisions 100,000 residents and 200,000 jobs once fully built. Already, several key facilities are up, including a national data center, roads, and power infrastructure. The big picture: attracting global tech companies, nurturing Kenyan startups, and positioning Kenya as a leader in African innovation.
Imagine a futuristic city in the heart of Kenya, a place where innovation thrives, startups boom, and cutting-edge technology powers the economy. A city designed to rival Silicon Valley. This is Konza Technopolis, Africa's ambitious leap into the future. But with years of delays and funding struggles, will it truly live up to the hype? Welcome to VUCA Africa, where we dig deep to uncover the real stories behind Africa's biggest projects. No fluff, just the facts, challenges, and opportunities that define the continent's progress. By the end of this video, you'll understand the vision behind Konza Technopolis, where it stands today, and whether it has the potential to become Africa's Silicon Valley. We'll explore the challenges it faces and what needs to happen for it to succeed. Kenya launched the idea of Konza Technopolis in 2008 as part of its Vision 2030 agenda. The goal: a world-class smart city spanning over 5,000 acres, attracting global tech giants, local startups, and investors. It was designed to host universities, research centers, and business hubs, all interconnected by smart infrastructure. But the real question is, how much of this dream has actually materialized? Fast forward to today, and some progress has been made. Key infrastructure is in place, including roads, power, and water systems. The government has signed deals with investors, and tech startups are slowly moving in. Universities and research centers are also setting up, fueling innovation. However, compared to the original timelines, things are moving much slower than expected. Like any mega project, Konza Technopolis has faced serious roadblocks. Delays. The city was supposed to be operational years ago, but bureaucratic hurdles, slow approval processes, and land acquisition issues have significantly slowed progress. Initial optimism has given way to frustration as targets keep getting pushed back. Funding issues. Initial funding projections were high, with expectations of significant private sector investment. However, financial constraints, high infrastructure costs, and limited government resources have led to stalled phases. Some potential investors remain skeptical about the project's viability and return on investment. Investor hesitation. Many global tech firms are cautious, waiting to see real progress before committing large-scale investments. While some companies have expressed interest, there is still uncertainty about regulatory policies, ease of doing business, and long-term sustainability. Talent drain. Africa's best tech minds often move abroad for better opportunities, making it difficult to build a strong local talent base. Without a steady pipeline of highly skilled professionals, Konza could struggle to attract and retain the kind of expertise needed to make it a true tech hub. Connectivity and infrastructure gaps. While basic infrastructure like roads and utilities has been set up, reliable high-speed internet, advanced public transport systems, and sustainable energy solutions are still in progress. Without these, the smart city vision remains incomplete. Competition from other tech hubs. Konza is not the only tech city in Africa. Countries like Rwanda, Nigeria, and South Africa are aggressively pushing their own innovation ecosystems. Konza must prove it has a unique value proposition to stand out. Despite the setbacks, there is hope. With continuous government backing and private sector involvement, Konza can still become a tech hub. Kenya has a growing digital economy, and initiatives like affordable internet and digital training programs are helping to bridge the gap. The big question remains: will Kenya push through the obstacles to turn Konza into a thriving Silicon Savannah, or will it remain a dream on paper? What do you think? Can Konza Technopolis become Africa's Silicon Valley, or is it an over-ambitious dream? Drop your thoughts in the comments.